listening to 4th and John. Wait, what the is a JAWN anyway?
What's up, goddamn Delphia? We are live, broadcasting from the beautiful new media studios right outside of Philadelphia. Welcome to 4th and John, episode number 10, a.k.a. is that a dildo on the field or is that Doug Peterson's play calling? A.k.a. does this team stink or did Josh Huff roll down the window? A.k.a. this show will go longer than any pass play against the Cowboys.
Be more funny.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I am trying, and I don't want anybody listening to this right now confuse this kind of energy for excitement or happiness or pleasure. No, boys and girls, welcome to the bitch and complain shit show after the Cowboys steal one away from the Eagles, a game that they easily could have won, a game that they had in hand, a game that would put them at the top of the NFC East. But
Fuck the Cowboys!
Fuck the Cowboys! But nay.
Bro, I thought you weren't mad.
Oh, trust me, that positivity, little candy-coated sugar shell I tried to put on for Halloween after the game saying, listen, man, I'm not that upset. Ooh, boy, did it wear off quickly. Yeah. It wear off. As soon as I took that Halloween costume off, the positivity went with it. Gail, you just heard him, my man Gail. I want to kick it to you first. There is a lot to talk about in this show. There's a lot to talk about what went wrong. I want you to give me the game breakdown quickly. What the happened?
We're talking about mismanagement 101. Doug has been aggressive. We called him Big Dick Doug. He was Shrinkage Peterson. He did not show up when this game was very winnable. It was last week I talked about, could this offense come up big when we needed them? In the fourth quarter, fumble, a punt, another punt, 29 total yards, and a turnover in the fourth quarter. The game call, the game call. The play, the screen to Darren Sproles.
There's almost so much to go over there.
There's just way too much.
Like trying to get it all out at once. There were so many mistakes, mental mistakes, player mistakes, talent mistakes, call mistakes, stuff that shouldn't have happened that did.
He got too cute.
Yeah, we're sitting here calling him Big Dick Doug. He's not Doug Peterson right now. He's Doug Peterless because he coached with no balls. And we all talked about, Jason, we talked about that Lions loss and agreed right off the bat. Listen, we know we lost the game. You shoot your shot. You take your shot. You throw it downfield. Never ask Carson Wentz not to be aggressive. And many people argued with us. Should have dinked and dunked. Should have just managed the clock. Should have went downfield. Jason, you saw it.
This
is what happens.
There's a give and take, though, right? You and I were saying after the Lions game, all right, look, I want my quarterback to take that shot, right? If I sense blood in the water, I want my quarterback taking that shot. Sure, it didn't work out in the Lions game, but I sure as hell am not asking anybody. Look, I think coming into the Cowboy game, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure the Cowboy game furthered that. I think 55% of Carson's throws this year have been less than 5 yards. And I'm not asking a guy to look. At some point, there's something to be said of you've got to stretch the field. You've got to take your shots, whether you have the matchup on the outside or not. You've got to take the shots. But I sit here and I'm listening to you talking, and I'm listening to you get hype in the beginning, and the whole time I'm just trying to gather my thoughts because I'm trying to put myself together in terms of, well, how do I feel? And to be honest with you, you just alluded to it. Feel about what? I don't know what the hell to feel right now because we're talking about a team where, they were competitive, right? And that was a game that even if, as we sit here and we talk, they were dinking and they were dunking. Well, guess what? For this game, it was working. It was working.
Yep.
And you were up 10, not once, but twice in the fourth quarter. And you could sit here and you could point to a rookie fumble, and maybe that's what caused the game, the outcome not to fall in the hands of the Eagles. And you can say, oh, well, now Doug got too cute because now he's got, look, the longest pass of the game was thrown by Josh Huff.
Josh goddamn Huff.
Are
you high? Are you high?
Now Doug wants to get tricky. And then you could talk about, well, okay, I've got Darren Sproles, and I'm going to throw him. Look, let's attack this Darren Sproles play real quick because you alluded to it. You are asking a center, right? Your center who has struggled and is suffering from plantar fasciitis to go one-on-one matchup with an all-pro.
Why?
Why even give Sean Lee an opportunity to blow that play up? So there's another play call I have an issue with. But right after that, you're going to tell me that Sturgis can't kick a 53-yarder after he kicked 2 55-yarders just a quarter before?
Why? Yeah.
Or a half before?
And that was his longest kick of his career. He just made it.
And then
he just did.
And then you want to talk about, let's just go in the fourth quarter where take Doug out of it. Now you got Jim Schwartz, who has contained them virtually the entire game, has contained the Cowboys virtually for 4 quarters. Right. And now you're going to tell me that here in the fourth quarter you're going to start getting cute and you want to rush just 4 and you want to let Dak move up and down the field and you want to start allowing Elliott to start getting chunk yards, right? Now we're going to start dialing it back. So I sit here before you guys right now and I say, think about what? I don't know. What do we isolate? What do you want to talk about? Is it a play? Is it a person? Is it a play call? I don't know what to be pissed off about. I don't know what I'm happy about, but I don't even know what to be pissed off about.
And Doug Peterson talks about assignment football, and the execution of assignment football. God damn it. Going into halftime, you saw your center limping around. They made it a purpose. They purposefully showed it on the goddamn freaking halftime show how bad he was limping around. At the end of the game, you're going to ask him to pull and try to run with Sean Lee? And you talked about it, Jason, the passing. Gail, I'm going to ask you this. Is it a combination of Carson Wentz doesn't have enough time on the offensive line? Or is it one thing or a combination? I'm sorry, I'm getting so frustrated. I'm like losing my own train of thought.
We collectively we all need to breathe a little bit.
The rookie does not have weapons.
All right, so is it the wide receivers are just that goddamn bad that Carson Wentz doesn't have enough time to execute a play down the field, or is Doug Peterson wearing a skirt on the sideline, or a combination of all?
I was going to say, is it all 3?
It could be a combination, but I think players got to make plays. Wide receivers got to get separation. That is your job. That is the basic. I mean, I can't even call these receivers team basic because they're not even basic.
All right.
They're below that.
Well, let's. Oh, no.
Basic.
Hold on. Listen. So we're all heated, right? And we're all getting a little hype right now. And sometimes you tend to kind of exaggerate a little bit. It's a little walking case of hyperbole every now and again when we get a little hype, right? So first of all, are they the best wide receivers in the league? Hell no. We know that. Hell no, right? I get that. That's fine. Are they capable enough? Yes, because I've seen quarterbacks, better quarterbacks, do far more with less, right? And I'm not trying to tell you that these guys are great.
Brady, yes, but you got a rookie.
Okay, so here you go. Okay. So are these guys great? No. Are they horrible? No. Are they not horrible?
Are they Pinkston or Thrash?
They're better than Pinkston and Thrash, and we both know it, and we've seen Pinkston and Thrash.
but Pinkston and Thrash were performing better. I mean, Pinkston and Thrash right now are making them look like the greatest show on goddamn turf.
Because you had Donovan McNabb, right? You had Donovan McNabb. And now what I'm saying is, so it's a combination of you probably don't have the best wide receivers in the league, and then you've got a rookie quarterback who's still learning. I mean, there are a number of plays. You can just point out Zach Ertz. There are a number of plays where Carson just misses him, and he's wide open for the first down, but he just doesn't pick up the read, or he chooses to throw to another wide receiver, or whatever the case may be. So that's a factor. And then you have the case of, well, Doug Peterson's trying to protect his quarterback, trying to give him simple reads, or whatever the design of the play may be. He's certainly not helping his quarterback out. So you're absolutely right. It's all 3 of them. I don't have the best wide receivers in the league. I've got a young quarterback who's learning, and I got a coach that right now anyway is struggling to put his team in a position to make plays. And it's certainly a combination. It's not fun for anybody, but it's part of the process.
And you know what other people are not mentioning? Our defense gave up the last 2 touchdowns game of what made Dallas come back. Right? Even though Doug made some lousy play calls, got very cute.
Yeah, but Doug put him in that position.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah, you had a chance to go up 13. You had a chance to go up 2 scores.
And you know what else? I got to say this. I think the defense got worn out later in the fourth quarter, especially after Doug let them go out and play out there, hopefully win the game. And obviously that didn't
win
pan
what
out.
Game? Doug told you straight up, I don't want to win the game. Let's get to overtime.
Yeah, pretty much.
What the hell was that call?
I don't even know what to call that.
If you trust the defense enough to do your job. Do your fucking job. If you trust the defense enough to try to pin them back, why wouldn't you just try to step on their throats, kick that goddamn field goal? Sure, you're giving them a short field, but if you trust your defense that much,
you kick that bitch.
You kick that bitch.